Welcome into the Huntsman Center. It is semi-final day in the 5A state tournament. Dusty Lister and Dane Stewart, our first matchup in the girls 5A semifinals. Lehi and Highland. Dane, this is going to be a fun matchup. Two players that are very similar in their game. They play the same position, and they have the exact same meaning for their teams between Josefina Longi and Jameson Heaton. This is going to be a blast.
It is going to be a blast. And, they both had really impactful quarterfinal performances to help their team get here to the semifinal. I think that's going to be a really intriguing battle. I'll tell you the other question for me is, how does Lehi deal with some of the rest of the height on this Highland lineup? Because you look at, aside from Longi, who had, 17, 18 rebounds in that quarterfinal win? No, that was not Longi. My apologies. That was Olivau who had that. But Longi was one of the top scorers in that game. I think she finished with 14. I think it was mid-teens in that. And you look at what Jameson Heaton was able to do bringing Lehi back. But let me go back to that point, because I think the length of Highland is what makes this a really intriguing matchup. Someone like Olivau or Peua, who we saw really solid for the Rams. How does Highland try to negate some of that length, or how does Lehi try to negate some of that length of Highland? Because it gave Timpview fits, especially when they're able to get in the tempo that Highland likes to play, kind of that slow down, lock you down defensively, not give up anything easy. It'll be interesting to see how Lehi and some of the players around, like Macy Wall and others, try to attack the length and physicality of Highland.
As we are set and ready to go. How about two officials to do the late game last night? Come out and do the first game today. Lacey Andreasen, Sean Cottle, and Raph Shields. On this one's up, ball goes out of bounds, and it will be Lehi basketball. Well, we talked about, as you mentioned, Longi. You got to deal with Olivau. You also have to deal with Arizona Peua. I'm going to apologize now because I'm still not certain on it, but I'm glad we got Cecilia's number corrected. She changed her number. She was 34 initially on the year. They got that finally submitted to the state on the rosters. There's a nice find. There's Jameson Heaton. Right on cue, 44 with the lean.
Yeah, starting the game well. And I really feel like she was strong in that quarter, but she's going to have a really stout game today for Lehi if they want to advance, because this Highland team is tough.
Sophia Legate off on the three. Macy Wall sends out, three on the way, and good. Tara Smith. And a 5-0 start for the Pioneers.
Pretty good start for Lehi, huh? I love that high post, the kick out for the three. And that was the play that Timpview. They had plenty of opportunities from long range in that quarter. They could not hit consistently and early. And what made the big difference in that game?
And you get to that high post junction area, right? You're just creating options. Longi on the drive, goes out, Wall blocked away by Smith. On the push with Heaton. So Jameson committed to Colorado Mesa. She can go hang out down in Grand Junction. She turned down the opportunity to live in Price, and that's just a mistake. That'll be a foul on Highlands number 4, Mata Peua.
That's true. I spent a week in Price one night.
Hey.
I ran over a metal L bracket. Had to get a new tire, a hotel. It was an expensive trip.
Luckily,
told Dusty about it. He said, yeah, that sounds about right.
You get down there, we're keeping you there.
Those city slickers, man. We got a few tricks up our sleeves for them.
Wall loses the handle. Peua hands it back to Olivau, and down the floor will go with Longi. And Coach Asiata just wants a quick break. 5:47 left in the first, and a 30-second timeout taken by Highland. And again, I'm going to set you up 4 games today. We got the 2 girls semifinals here, Lehi and Highland, and then Bountiful versus Springville. Championship game will be on Saturday down at the Marriott Center at BYU. We'll have the 2 boys semifinals tonight, and those will be dual broadcasts as television will pick up, so we'll have media timeouts built in and ready to go. But bit of fun first 2 days. 16 games in 2 days. 8 more to go here at the U, as we'll be wrapping up the 21-22 basketball season. And in the end, we'll be close to 28 plus 96, carry the 134 games.
It's a lot of basketball.
I said 150 at one point, and Vince was like, no. Okay, I'm 16 short, but I'm closer to the 110 that he thought we would do.
It's been his goal since. I mean, we found a YMCA game last weekend. Can we come stream this?
I didn't even mention the Powder League. Hey, in the top 50, a lot of hoops here on Game Night Live Rewind. Is Heaton going to drive? Jamison is hit and fouled. She will go to the line for 2 free throws, as that foul is charged to Arizona Peua. Oh, yeah, no artificial noisemakers. You will not get away with that today. Last night, if you were here in the 9 o'clock game, we had an air horn. I thought I heard some at first. We asked, why not in the third quarter? We were given an explanation. We won't throw anybody under the bus.
Yeah, we are a family-friendly program, and we try to stay positive.
Oh, here comes Jeff Clough. Jeff Clough's going to make the walkover. It's a very simple ask, really.
I'll tell you this, and I told this to Jeff last night. He knows I feel this way. If there's anybody who's going to be like, no, air horn goes, it's Jeff. And I don't know if that's the baseball umpire in him.
It is.
Because it's just like
100%. As Jamison, uncharacteristically, goes 0 for 2 from the free throw line. Yeah, first it'd be he'd go palm up, right, hand out. But really, if you do the 2 fingers right, it's the ring and pinky toward him, and then the middle and pointer finger. Bring it here. Give it to me. As Olaval has that one stripped away. And Highland keeps control. Sophia leads it back from Mata. Cross court, Longy. They're going to have a foul on that drive on Longy. Got worried just for a second that they would hit her with the traveling violation, but she went to that jump stop. But it'll be Longy at the line for 2 free throws. And Longy 2 for 2. We know she knows how to play well in this building. As a freshman, helped lead the Rams to a state championship just a couple years ago. As Macy Wall goes up top to Heaton. Sammy Love. And this is Scribner, send it back out. Wall on the drive as she's fouled. It'll be Macy going to the line for 2 free throws.
You know, I talked about the length of Highland and how does Lehi deal with that. I like the game plan. Let's get the ball inside. Let's try to attack them. Let's draw some contact. That's already the 13th foul on Highland. And, you know, the first time we had seen Highland was in that quarterfinal yesterday. I don't know what kind of depth they have on that bench, but if you can start to pick up some early fouls here and try to get into that bench a bit, I feel like that is a way that Lehi and their lineup can really attack and start to open up some space on the floor here.
Macy, Lehi 0 for 4 from the stripe on the open end of the arena. So a 3-point lead for the Pioneers. There's Arizona up top. The three on the way from Tukuafu off the mark. Rebound to Longi. Tell you how the foul on the reach, and it will. That'll be charged to Lehi's number 0, Tara Smith.
Lehi foul number 0, Tara Smith. Her first. Team foul number 2.
So second team foul on Lehi. Tukuafu goes to the corner. Sophia. That was a quick shot from the hip, wasn't it? And now jump ball. Good hands by Addie Scribner.
Possession arrow to Highland.
It'll stay with Highland with 3:38 left in the first. Sophia trying to get down into Olivau. Olivau rips that out from Love, and a jump ball from Heaton. Good hands by Heaton. And I think a good call by the official on the baseline, and it'll be Lehi basketball. Heckler's heckling, but I think it was the right call.
Yeah, Highland didn't look like they loved it, but I'll tell you, Jamison Heaton, we shared this in the quarter. When she is on, I know there are coaches that think she's the best player in the classification. And even there, it looked like a response from Highland, but I thought the arms came down on the play. And we talked about that yesterday. We clarified that in the Riverton-Harriman game. You maintain verticality, it's usually going to go without a call. But the moment you enter into the sphere, that's when you're going to hear whistles. And
well, and they didn't get Olivau on the front end. They got Longi from behind. And Heaton goes 2 for 2.
That's a good call. I thought it was on Longi, or you said it was on Longi.
It was on Longi. It was not on Olivau in the front.
That's where I thought
right
it came from. So
yeah, because Cecilia was straight up, and Longi came back with a swing where I was going to go. As Heaton pops that one to the corner. Olivau goes right at her. Little strong rebound taken by Scribner. Love will set things up for Coach Seastrand. Try to get that down low. Olivau was right there. Yeah, traveling violation. Cecilia Olivau, good luck going at Cecilia.
Yeah, good hands there by Olivau, and I thought that was the right call.
Yep.
I thought it was a great tie-up and trying to take advantage of a little sliver of space, just not enough room.
As that's out of bounds off of Addie Scribner. Five-point lead for Lehi early on. Lehi trying to advance to the state championship game. Well, this game's even been elusive to the Pioneers.
Yeah. And it's been good defensive teams that have been that barrier for them. And this Highland team, they've been great defensively this year.
They're going to love getting in the state tournament and not see Lauren Deedy and Lauren Johnson.
And Esplin, she lived with the Steels last year.
Right. Well, what they needed was Amy Doré was on the call with you. They needed her on the bench. That's the difference.
You can't argue with facts, Dusty.
The foul going to go to Heaton. She took the space away from Longi.
I told Amy, she joined us for a Skyridge Westlake game earlier this year. I said, Coach, I hope we get to see you again, but I hope we don't see you the rest of the year. Right? I love having coaches join us,
right?
But I'd much rather them be coaching than here. One, job security. I'm selfish. Really,
I'm always looking for your replacement.
If they're up here, I know. If they're up here,
Preston the intern at gmail.com.
or follow on social media, huh?
GNL Rewind _intern.
Preston did not sleep last night. So, but if they're up here, it means they're not down there.
Yeah.
And I always want coaches to succeed and their teams to succeed. And so, and she's still coaching, which is great.
We wait till we know the coaches are not going to have another game before we talk to them. We have two coaches coming up today in the boys semifinals. Dane remembered a great conversation we had last night I sadly did not. Dave woke up earlier than I did today. As Smith on the drive and crawls that one in. Tara Smith now with 5 points in the quarter.
It was not easy. I did not wake up as early as I wanted, but still earlier than I probably should have.
My theory still works. Could be waking up to start it. As come off the screen, Sophia. Oh, that lipped out. Man, she is dead on at the three.
Yeah. It looked good.
Almost every one of them looks like it's online. Smith pumped the three, sent back out to Heaton. 40 seconds left.
So if Highland's going to be that aggressive on the closeout, you get quick ball movement. You can find a lot of space, especially on the backside through that rotation.
Oh, backside to Wall. Olivau came over. No call. Rebound to Smith, and then Olivau.
Wow. Well,
all right then.
They've allowed it to be physical this week, huh?
Now, talk about the blue zone. It doesn't just extend from the key. It's from baseline or sideline to sideline as Longy tries to dish that one off. The Payu is off the mark. Picked up by Love. Love ahead to Heaton. Jamison with 4. Hangs. Oh, it crawls off. 1 second to go. This will count from Tukuafu, but blocked away. And that's how the first quarter will come to end. Lehi takes a 6-point lead heading into the second quarter. You're watching the 2022 5A Girls Semifinals on KSLSports.com. Start of the second quarter. Make 2022 the year of you. Go to WGU.edu and fill out an opportunity to get a $2,500 scholarship to Western Governors University. Get your degree on your own pace at Western Governors University as Longy drives and scores. Longy with all 5 points.
Yeah, I did go look. She finished with 16 in that game yesterday. Legate had 19 to help lead the way for Highland. And they've got to get some balance around Josefina if they want to come back and win. As Longy again.
Oh, what a take and finish from Sofina Longy. +1, and then a 10 for some style.
You see her get up. Let's go. Let's go. Trying to get the offense ignited for Highland. Quick back-to-back buckets here for Longy. Great start to this second quarter.
You know, we've covered high school sports, I always mention, 17 years. And it was about 5 years ago we learned that East has blue in their color scheme. It wasn't until recently.
It just appeared on the soccer field one day. I was like, what?
And then it wasn't, I think it was the state tournament last time it was here at the U, that the girls' uniforms all of a sudden had gold at Highland.
But I think the boys had them a couple years ago, if I recall correctly.
Okay.
And it was like, gold, really? And it's, yeah. But let's be honest, black and gold should go together, Dusty.
Well, as there's a steal on the inbound, and Love had that one crawl off. If you're an Idol fan, absolutely. Now, the history behind the Highland Rams, I mean, I know we did Uncle Dusty's story time yesterday. Probably won't get any tweets on this one. But Highland High School is built where the old prison was, at Sugar House Park.
Yeah.
As you now know.
Yeah.
The original mascot chosen by the students was the Highland prisoners. And that's why the school colors were black and white. It was then overturned, saying no, and it became the Rams. That's why they kept the color scheme at black and white. I'm not kidding. You looked at me like I was joking. My source is historian Bruce Stewart. I'm dead serious.
Okay. I've never heard that.
Yeah. Take a history class.
I did, okay? And I'll have you know, I know it was the 43rd state.
But yeah, true story.
Wow.
As that one poked away, here comes Heaton. Heaton blocked away by Sophia. Oh, no.
Nah.
Oh, I said out of bounds. That was a close one. I don't know if Preston clipped that fast enough.
Should we try? Let's try.
Let's try. Might be
Nope.
too late. Too late. That's after
We got
the
to see the reaction. Look at that camera work. Beautifully framed.
He's too busy trying to get John Elway to follow him back. But go ahead and give him a follow. GNL Rewind _intern. Make Preston feel good. Is send out to Savannah Jones. Jameson Heaton working on Longy, send out to the corner. 4-3, Savannah Jones from Jameson Heaton.
Some of the Highland fans there were pleading for a 5-second call. It was getting close. It was very good defense there by Highland, but another bailout to the corner. And look, we saw the corners last night be very friendly to shooters.
Yeah.
Just FYI.
Started with Brody Kozlowski.
Yeah.
Gonna have to come up with a good nickname for Brody. I was going to go King Kong Brody.
I was thinking K-Man.
K-Man. Had a swimmer, Canyon K-Man Page from Syracuse. Syracuse. Was a state champion. In fact, he did All-American time. I remember right.
BK, have it your way.
Ooh. That's a good one.
Of course, that's like got legality issues all over it.
Olaval lays that one in. Hey, Olaval's first field goal at the Huntsman Center this year. She has
3 points.
18 rebounds.
Yeah.
As Heaton travels. Wasn't on the jump stop. It was a step after.
We talked about the length, and it was Olaval. And look, I don't know that she was actively defending, but it wasn't a blocking position. She was just kind of standing there, and Heaton runs into her, and we talk about the length, the physicality of Highland, playing out to the Rams' advantage there.
Longy goes into Olaval. Cecilia sends up top, extra pass. Arizona along the baseline. Good hands by Smith. Mouse in the house, maybe, as Hayua can't get that one in the rebound. And a good defensive stand there by Tara Smith. On the take, blocked away by Olaval. There's an all-defensive team. She's already made it. On the drive, swatted away again, out of bounds. It'll be Highland basketball.
I don't know if you recall in our bracketology, I went with Lehi, but I said the length of Highland made me. That was the last game I picked. I had the winner of this game winning a state championship.
Yep.
And I ended up going Lehi, but this does not shock me at all. In this second quarter, the defense has really been locked in for Highland.
No, they're going to force Lehi to shoot the three.
Yeah.
As Arizona Payu pulls for three, banks it in.
It is the middle of the afternoon. Banks still open. ATMs accessible 24 hours these days.
That is a deposit, not a withdrawal.
Yes, sir.
Payu with the triple as Heaton sends out Smith. It'll be a little baseline jumper from Savannah Jones, now at 5 points. As we are halfway through the second quarter and a 3-point lead for Lehi.
Action picking up here. Man, what a response from Highland after a tough start.
And Olaval's shot is off the mark, on the run now with the Pioneers. Ahead, Wall, nice catch and finish. Just like her brother.
Love the
good
aggressive,
hands.
yeah, love the aggressive thought process there by Heaton. We've seen how much they've struggled once that Highland defense gets set up. She knows that Wall's got a step. Going to throw that long pass, and Macy with a nice finish.
Her brother, one of the more underrated wide receivers, and there's a long list now in the state of Utah.
Good baseball player, too, right?
Yes, I believe so. Hand back. Payua. Arizona from way outside.
It's a good closeout by Smith. It was kind of like, yeah, take it. Timed it well on that closeout. Couldn't tell if she got a piece, but she might have.
Jameson on the drive. And Heaton draws the foul. And she'll go to the line for 2 free throws.
We'll give it a whirl. See how Preston's doing this afternoon. Preston Little drive here by Jamison. Look at how open the paint is here. The collapse down coming and the contact right into the body sends Heaton to the floor. Pair of free throws. Hey, we're getting it.
We're getting there. Good job. Hey,
I worked all week on getting that set up. All week.
Preston, I need you to look at me when I say this to you. Great job.
Preston's not very happy with me. He liked the thumbs up a lot better.
As Heaton knocked down the first. And the second. So started tough from the line to Lehi. They made their last 4 unofficially. And a 7-point lead once again for the Pioneers. Highland responded last time they were down. Took off. We had to go back, get that one. Olaval now to Longy. Longy on the drive. And it's blocked away. Savannah Jones may have gone up, but it's Wall on the run out. Sophia on her hip, and then the call. As Wall will go to the line.
I'll tell you this, officials get put in really hard positions. We always say, let the game have flow, let it have rhythm. And yet there are those plays where it's like, look, if it doesn't disrupt, all right, we'll let that. But if it does, then we don't want to let that go uncalled. And fans always react, oh, that was late. And I think some of that is to let that play out. And
yeah.
I don't know, officials might not like me saying that. That's my opinion. It's a balance, right? And I have no problem with a late whistle on that. I thought there was contact. And if that ball scores, there's probably no call.
Yeah,
That'd be my guess.
Sometimes I think, and again, they might hate me. They already do. You won't call, you call. Okay, I got it. Boom. Like he thought he saw it. And he called it. And Peoa misses on that one. And here comes Heaton. And I'm not saying it's wrong, because I actually think it was the right call. Is inside to lay in. Addie Scrivener lays that one in. Heaton's 3rd assist of the half.
Lehi is picking up the pace. They are recognizing the opportunity to beat this length is on the run.
How about the defense of Addie Scrivener? Multiple blocks for Scrivener. Yet Jones had a block, down the foul. And we'll walk to the other end of the floor. Free throws for the Pioneers.
I was thinking, did Scrivener hit a couple early buckets yesterday for Lehi as they built that up? Okay, maybe not.
Someone pointed out on messages on Instagram, I tend to mix some numbers in my head sometimes when we get deep into these games.
Yeah.
So I'm trying to remember Scrivener and Love, 23-24. Because Love hit a 3 in that first half on Monday. As Wall hits the first.
I mean, in fairness, I only have to keep track of 16 games in 2 days. It can't be that hard, right?
What? Yeah.
Yeah.
I should journal better. I really should.
Look, I used to keep stats, but then I got lazy here at the U, and now I don't have to.
But how about the Pioneers? A terrific end of the second quarter, a minute and a half left in it. Lehi leads by 13. You're watching the 2022 5A semifinals.
College wasn't built for me.
I didn't care if I had to work a double shift.
Or if my kid had a fever.
Deadline's a deadline.
I want to set the deadlines.
I want to take tests when I'm ready.
I want to take courses on my time.
And speed up when I know my stuff.
I want a university that cares about me.
Tests on your time, courses on your time, graduate on your time. WGU, the nonprofit university of you.
Welcome back in. A minute and a half left in the first half. And Dane Lehi, we talked about the heartbreak. And you feel that, you said at the end of that Jordan game, could this be that moment? to kind of get some going. We do know that Highland will come back, but a great start. We'll actually finish here to the second quarter for Lehi.
How about a 12-0 run from Lehi? This was 13-12 after Highland made that big surge. And that just won't go. Good luck.
Peua could not get that one to drop. Mata thought she had that one. Smith was left alone for a second. Wall, send to the corner. Scribner.
Look at how much movement there is on Lehi right now, even without the ball. Sometimes you see offense get really stagnant. Lehi right now, everyone's moving, trying to create some opening and spacing in this defense.
Oh, how about Savannah Jones? A revelation. That's 7.5 points for Savannah Jones.
And that's the hard thing when you're making so many cuts. It's almost like the defense isn't quite certain when you're going to pull that trigger and be aggressive, and Jones able to take advantage of the opportunity in the paint. Largest lead of the game.
Longy ends the drought. So Sabina Longy with 9 points inside of 30 seconds left in the second quarter.
Yeah, they needed that. Needed that to get something positive going into the break. We've seen some frustration, some hands clapping, and heads starting to hang a little bit. Got to stay positive here. Some good moments here for Highland to try to close out this first half.
Longy with 9 of the 14 Highland points. Wall got some space. Oh, and it comes off.
No help defense. So fortunate that one did not get scored.
Legate at the horn, banks it in. Could that be a bit of a spark going into the locker room? Should that go in 3 seconds, Dane? At the half, it is Lehi 27, Highland 17. You're watching the 2022 5A semifinals.
27, Highland.
Start of the second half, Dusty Lister and Dane Stewart with you. 5A semifinal day, game 1 of 4. It was a great first half from Lehi, but the buzzer beater from Sophia. PA keeps saying Legate. I'll go with the PA. We didn't get corrected online when I was saying Legati. But Sophia Legate from half court. And maybe I could spark Highland a little bit.
Yeah, we'll have to see. I'll tell you this, Dusty. You look at the way this first half went. Let's just reel off some numbers for Lehi. 2 of 2 from long range. 8 of 15 from the floor. They've been able to get really good looks as Heaton gets an offensive board. Second attempt won't go, but that's what Highland needs. They need to really lock down defensively because Lehi, with their athleticism, their speed, and even some of the open looks they've created, they've just had too many good looks at the rim. Highland's got to make this a little more difficult for this Lehi offense in this second half.
And there's a foul, and really for Lehi, did they learn from Monday? Remember the third quarter, it started just a little bit like we just saw there. Heaton missed her first 5 shots, couple of layups, and then all of a sudden Jordan came storming back, taking the lead, and then the fourth quarter was all Lehi.
You know, one of the other interesting things that I'll just note, the free throw shooting. 14-5 advantage for Lehi, but the fouls were just 8-4. So it's not like it was this heavy one-sided. Now you can say, well, they were all shooting fouls. Well, you had 12 total fouls, and it was 8-4. And some were like, well, that's double, but the reality is it was just 4 difference, right?
Mata couldn't get that one to fall. Down the floor, outside with Sammy Love, and now Macy Wall. Heaton, 4-3. It is not like the last third quarter.
She is heating up. You would never know this is game 17 in 3 days, eh?
You ride the cymbal on that one. On the drive, Longy crawls off, out of bounds off of Highland. It'll be Lehi basketball.
And that's, you know, we've talked about this. Some days it's just not your day. It feels like Highland's had a couple of close looks that just have not been able to drop today. That's a great example of one. You got to figure out how you work through that. I don't have a great answer. I wish I did, right? Some days you just have to work a little bit harder. And I'm not saying Highland isn't trying. They certainly are, but it's just been tough. Some of those shots they've been accustomed to just are not dropping here this afternoon.
Way outside from Love, and it won't go. Rebound, Arizona. Outside, Sophia. Goes inside to Longy. And then, the foul here to Love. Not much to argue on that one.
Team foul number 2.
So it's Highland ball. Longy. There you go. Get the baseline jumper to go.
That's a confident shot. I didn't really love that one. I felt like she's been very aggressive today, driving the rim. Thought maybe an opportunity there, but takes a long J and able to knock it down.
Love outside to Smith. She'll pull for 3. Tear off the mark. Rebound taken by Arizona. Payua.
And Lehi just made 2 threes in the first half, only took 2. But they've taken 3? I think here in this second half already, and not dropping at the same rate. Good sign for Highland as they've kind of weathered the storm.
Here comes Heaton. Jamison left all alone. Well, Heaton's 2 for 2 from deep. And it's a 14-point lead. Timeout, Coach Asiata. Jamison, Heaton. But she's got it going. It goes down smooth. 4:37 left in the third. You're watching the 2022 5A semifinals. $14-point lead. And, it's fun. We cover players for multiple years. And not all the time, but many times we get to know their family. Got to know the Heaton family over the last few years. And I know Papa Heaton, he's going to enjoy watching the way this game's gone so far. But there comes Longy. Highland not out of this one when you got someone like Longy.
13 of their 21. Been an impressive night, but we said it early. Other players are going to have to step up. Is that one too strong? Look at Heaton. A for effort.
Well, she got the bottom of that wall.
Yeah. And contrary to popular opinion, that is not a soft wall down there.
Ooh, it's not padded.
No. Old days of the old Romney Stadium. Not quite a concrete wall 2 feet from out of bounds, but it's.
Hey, Gus Farrat ended a whole year going into a wall with the Washington Commanders. As the Maddie Love can't get that, Heaton comes down with the board. High post, and a good cover there by Longy. Send out 3 on the way, no. Rebound to Arizona. So Payua goes up top to Longy. Mata Payua +1. The foul be charged to Tara Smith, and it'll be Mata Payua going to the line.
I really like Highland getting back to, let's get back to our tempo, back to our pace, back to what we do. Ball in the post, back it down, go up strong. Sometimes games aren't going the way you want. You get double-digit deficits and get outside of yourself. Get back to who you are. right? They were able to pull away yesterday because of who they are. Get back to that, you'll be just fine.
You know, something you said, because I do listen to you in our broadcast, we talk about Highlands, that they'll do what they do. You're not going to be able to drag them out of their game plan. Got them a little bit out of it today.
Yep.
30-second timeout. Reminds us to remind you that if you've got anything coming up, legal needs, you've got some questions, you get the Living Will and Trust set up. Our friends at Highland Associates there for you. Go to www.utah.law. Find a law office nearest you, and if there's not one near you, if you get it done virtually. And if you want a introduction, Dana would be happy to take care of that for you.
Yeah, I would be. Of course, I've used Hyman Associates for a few legal needs, and it's worked out great. By the way, big high school sports fans.
Yes.
They do have a team they cheer for. But I'll tell you this, if you're looking for an icebreaker, just talk a little football, a little high school basketball, and you will be like family.
Yeah. Or if you really, really want the insight, some connection
to Carbon County,
to Wellington in particular.
That just helps with Dusty.
Even if you say you got pulled over in Wellington, 98% of Utah, you're in. Inside wall, can't get it. Matapayua comes away with the board. I'm more than happy to introduce you to my good buddy Justin Heidemann as well. Inside Olaval.
Travel.
And a traveling violation.
Yeah, I thought they got a hand on the basketball in the post, kind of disrupted the timing of that outlet pass, and ends up with a turnover. The bench not loving that call, but I thought it was the right call. Unless the hand came across the wrist, which we wouldn't have been able to see from our angle, so I had no problem with it.
I think part of it is that Macy Walls has been, I know she'd be frustrated with some of the misses. She's played great.
She has. And after what was, if I recall, a relatively quiet game against Jordan for Macy.
Outside of Love. Maddie on the drive. Gets it out to Heaton. Jameson. Back out to Wall. Or pardon me, to Love, rather. Oh, a series of moves. Can't get it to drop and a rebound. Taken by Olaval.
When I was just thinking, Highland, there's so much recovery defensively that Lehi's done such a good job of attacking that. And fortunately, they didn't have to pay for that mistake.
Olaval can't get that one to drop. Amongst the things that Lehi has done really well in this game, 2 rebounds.
You know what's amazing?
To Cecilia Olaval.
Timview wants to speed you up. They could never get Highland going. Lehi can kind of play multiple tempos, but they've got Highland sped up.
And a steal from Matapayua. Chance to make it a 7-point game, and there's good hands there by Love, taken by Wall. Got numbers. Heaton leaves it to Love. Scribner going to get back to Love. Good job by Highland getting back. Longy took away the opportunity.
Awfully close to being out of bounds on that end line.
Mm-hmm. Love from way outside. No. Heaton fighting for the rebound. Out of bounds off of Jameson. It'll be Highland basketball. The Heaton clan, they saw it differently. So Arizona Payua comes back on for Cecilia Olaval. Gates pass, tracked down by Longy. Scribner, I think I thought she came across on that. See if it goes to Scribner.
Lehi foul number 15, Macy Wall. Her 3rd personal.
Well, it goes to Macy.
Dusty forgot the wardrobe, also forgot the glasses, apparently, from the old school days.
Don't know where those are. Have some new ones, but got a foul on the floor, way off the bucket. Foul's on the floor, called right as it happened. I got 2 pairs.
We're going to have some memory lane fun later today. So a couple teasers there. And
come join us for the Bonneville game as Corey Mullaney will join us. Corey shared a picture with us. I have never seen that picture.
I haven't either.
Apparently it's in the yearbook.
Really?
Well, did you notice there's all the pictures around us? I'm guessing the yearbook
I
where
thought it was a collage that he spent time on, but
Corey's definitely a scrapbooker.
Here's the deal. With the way that we helped really create the Roy boys. I mean, we better be in that yearbook, right, Dusty?
Tukuafu with the take and make. That's what I was going to get at. The impact of the Roy boys was deeper than we thought. 3 on the way, no from Scrivener. But Highland, of all the travails at the beginning of this end of the second quarter, start of the third, they could get a bucket and be down 5 points going into the final quarter. Sophia has that one slapped away by Wall. Loose ball and have a foul charged to Longi.
Dusty, I want to point out something. I can't believe you have not yet. The foul count was 5-0 Lehi. And so we talked about 8-4 at the half. Highland hasn't loved some of the calls. It's even right now.
Yeah.
Even Steven.
Good call. You know, because I've been so friendly to the officials, I didn't notice the foul counts all that often.
You've turned a corner. You've made great progress.
It's really the scoreboard. I haven't had to point it out as much. We don't have one on our regular scoreboard. And they have done a great... We can disagree with a lot of them. They've been consistently wherever they've been. 10 seconds left.
Yeah, I think they've done a nice job today.
Heaton with 5. 3. Smith at the horn. And that will do it for the third quarter. Highland, it was down double digits. They closed it down to 7. You are watching the 2022 5A semifinals on KSLSports.com. Start of the fourth quarter. Remind you, make 2022 the year of you. Go to WGU.edu and sign up for your opportunity to get a $2,500 scholarship, especially if that's going to jumpstart you getting your degree. Get the degree on your terms at Western Governors University. Arizona Hieu couldn't get the 3, tracks down her own board. You see the effort level picking up from the Rams. The outside, Sophia Legate. Tukuafu goes inside to Longi. Longi setting out. Peu couldn't get the shot off. Good close out by Heaton. And now the foul to Jameson Heaton. And it'll be number 2. The matchup we talked about coming in was Heaton versus Longi. And Danny, look at the box score. Heaton 12-5-3. Longi 13-2-1.
Yeah, Longi's really carried the load. It's been good to see some support scoring coming in that third quarter for Highland, and for Heaton, been bursts, right? A couple of threes there in the third quarter. Long one there. That's been the aspect for Highland that's been missing today. The long ball and Legate. She had 19 points in that quarter and sitting with just the 3, and that was the shot at the horn.
Yeah. Down the lane, Scrivener draws the foul. See if that goes to Peua or if that goes to Legate. And it's to Legate. Number 4 on Sophia. And knocks down the first.
We talked about in the first half how good Lehi was from the line, 9 of 14. There's a Twitter follow. Remind you, every night with college basketball, free throws are free. And Lehi has done a good job converting at the line here today.
9-point lead for the Pioneers, getting the winner moving on to the 5A finals. They take on the winner of Bountiful and Springville. That game coming up next, as that's knocked out of bounds by Lehi.
By the way, it's a good follow, but not quite as good of a follow as Preston the intern. Let's get that going, huh?
GNL rewind underscore intern on Twitter. Maybe following an athlete pretty soon. The only athlete he follows right now is John Elway. He listens to Vince Francis way too much. Longi into the trees, no call on the contact. Here comes Lehi. Love, Scrivener, 4-3. Seven points for Scrivener as Tukuafu goes inside. Mata rolls that one in. Tough pass, and that one taken away to Gofu. Near lost that to Love. It'll be free throws on the take by Arizona Peua. Does Arizona go to the line?
I was thinking on that last defensive possession, Lehi could, I don't want to say could get away with extra contact and fouls, but given the foul count, and I think you've pointed out at times we've seen officials, they don't want games to be skewed. They try to, I think call that fairly both ways, and sometimes you'll see surges in foul counts, and they might be able to get away with being a little more aggressive, but no call for the foul there, and Lehi will have free throws.
Free throws. Full timeout. We'll be right back. You're watching the 5A semifinals.
College wasn't built for me.
I didn't care if I had to work a double shift.
Or if my kid had a fever.
Deadline's a deadline.
I want to set the deadlines.
I want to take tests when I'm ready.
I want to take courses on my time.
And speed up when I know my stuff.
I want a university that cares about me.
Tests on your time, courses on your time, graduate on your time. WGU, the nonprofit university of you.
Checking in for Highland.
5:40 left in the fourth quarter. Arizona Peua at the line. The 10-point lead for Lehi. Peua long on the first. And the second is good. Highland going to up the pressure. Scrivener gets it across to Tara Smith. Heaton is fouled by Tuguafu. Just a 13th foul on the Rams. Possession arrow belongs to Lehi as well.
Did you say just one timeout left for Highland?
Yep.
Okay. I thought I heard that, but honestly, I had other things going through the mind. I apologize.
Okay. It's 5 o'clock somewhere, but not here. There's a 9-point lead for Lehi. Scrivener, Highland might have a shot at Love, but good job, Olival. She stays back. Longy goes for the steal, gets the foul. And Longy, that's number 3. And just the 4th team foul on the Rams.
Team foul number 4.
Heaton comes outside to Smith. Smith sees the lane, takes it, and is fouled from behind. It'll be free throws here for Tara Smith. I believe that goes on to Olival.
It's
going to go on Peua.
It's one of the tough things. They've really gotten Highland out of that zone because of how well they've shot from the perimeter. So now you got man, you spread that out. And we've seen all the drives through the lane, and they've actually brought help defense off of that, where you've got skip passes available, but that time Smith recognizing, hey, I got an opportunity here, just attack the rim and draw on the contact. It's one where when you execute well offensively, it just becomes so much easier, right? And I think we've seen that from Lehi. You hit some of that outside shots, you get Highland outside of what they want to do defensively, And now you have other ways to attack with this lineup. And
Heaton gives away her third personal foul. And she knew as soon as it happened, as we're going to walk in. Here's the other gift you give to Highland is a chance to score with the clock stop. And the free throw, no good. Rebound to Peua. She goes to Olival. Cecilia lost the handle and traveled. Some of the Highland fans did approve of it. When you lose the ball, you can't keep moving. And a travel on this end to Maddie Love. Sammy Love. You think you get names down, you don't look at the sheet as often. Think out loud here on our broadcast as 4.5 to go. Heaton. Now, Jamison does so many things. You can say, well, you can talk about her so much. She makes all the plays. Oh, then a foul going to be called on that pass. I think Clark is going to pick up the foul. And I guess I'm misseeing this stuff, as that's actually Ismael Marine Clark. Highland has one more before we'll shoot free throws on the next foul. And Dane, as you so correctly pointed out, it was 7-2. Look at that, 8-6. It'll be about to be 8-7.
This is Dusty Litzer's theory, and it seems to play out a lot.
Oh, Macy Wall nearly got that one to go. I know we had some official friends say that's not the case. Like, you may not mean to, but it happens. You can walk out and say, hey, look at the fouls.
Well, and here's the thing. Look, I've walked out of games where it doesn't happen, and then what's the feedback? The foul was 19-4. How are we supposed to win?
Right.
And so it's like, well, when that is the feedback, then naturally there is a balancing, right?
Yeah.
And it's kind of like in football. The saying is you can call holding on every play, right? You don't. But with the free flowing of basketball and how good athletes are, like, you can call more fouls than you do. I don't think officials want to, and they try to help the game have good flow and good pace, but they also have to have some restraint to not let it get too out of hand, and it's a tough balancing act.
Sophia misses the three, and to my football coaching friends out there and officials will laugh at this, just teach your right tackle to hold. Higher success rate. There's Tara Smith. Outside to Heaton. Heaton working on Longy. So Sophia with the rip and the lay-in. She's not worried about risking her fourth personal foul. 15 points for Longy. Wall comes off the bump. Wall to the rim and a cross off again. Send out Love. Gonna back things out. Coach Seastrand said, hey, whoa. Love has that one picked off. Legate saw it, came back and got the steal. Good. Highland can make it a single-digit game. Heckler fans waiting for this one. Sophia Legate for three.
Needed it. She was just 1 for 4 from long range in the first half. The only one she made was a half quarter. She's tried a couple more here in the second half, has not been able to get it to fall. You hit a big shot like that late in the fourth, you've got an opportunity to make a late push here and find yourself in a championship game.
30-second timeout taken by Highland. As Sophia Legate hits the three. And Highland down 7. Dusty Lister, Dane Stewart with you here at the Huntsman Center. Day 3 5A semifinals, 6A semifinals come up tomorrow. Be a little bit of programming stuff. In game 1 of the boys semifinal, Bonneville versus Olympus, will be joined by state championship head coach Corey Mullaney. And then the boys, the nightcap tonight, the 8:40 game. In the Woods Cross Murray game, will have former Woods Cross head coach Casey Walkenhurst. Full court press on from Highland. Love to Scribner. It's taken by Longy. Longy inside Sophia Legate. Hangs and hits. 5 straight points from Legate, and it's a 5-point game.
And now Highland, how about a little pressure from the Rams?
Gonna throw this ball in midcourt. Macy Wall goes back over to Heaton. So right now on an inbound, just like Cam Cooper found and Creighton Cooper, just throw the ball to Wall. Good things will happen. Is outside with Love, and then she got 5 seconds. She thought she'd gone back and forth, but it's good defense from Highland, and the hecklers are going. Timeout, Pioneers. Here come the Rams. Full timeout on the floor. We'll be right back.
College wasn't built for me.
I didn't care if I had to work a double shift.
Or if my kid had a fever.
Deadline's a deadline.
I want to set the deadlines.
I'm going to take tests when I'm ready.
I want to take courses on my time.
And speed up when I know my stuff.
I want a university that cares about me.
Tests on your time, courses on your time, graduate on your time. WGU, the nonprofit university of you.
Welcome back. 2:10 left here in the fourth quarter. Highland basketball. Rams trying to advance to the state championship. They've trailed by double figures. It's been a run for the Rams to crawl to within 5 as there's 2 minutes left. Peua having to deal with Warren defensively. Near side Legate. In the paint, sent out, 3-pointer, just off the mark. Ooh, that close for Olival.
And now Lehi going to try to calm things down, and then I think, interesting, down 5, give them no shot clock in Utah High School basketball.
Well, they don't have any timeouts either.
And that's right, no way to stop the clock.
Yeah. You can't defensively, but I mean, it's one where it's like right now you're having to grasp, right?
And you got one-on-one opportunities for this free throw opportunity and then the next. As Jameson Heaton knocks down the first. Wall needs to make sure those PF Flyers are tight. And Jameson goes 2 of 2. 7-point game. Arizona Peua. Was into Mata Peua. Mata draws the foul on Tara Smith. It'll be Mata going to the line. for 2 free throws. Number 3 on Tara Smith. How about Smith and Wall, both with 7.7 boards? As Peua has 9 rebounds.
Scrivener has 7 points as well. Talk about some of that balance offensively for Lehi.
And Mata hits the first. Heaton sends out ahead to Wall. Macy lays it in. Back up to a 7-point lead. Longy wide on the 3 and a rebound to Lehi. Inside of 1 minute left. Lehi can feel the championship game in their grasp. They have to make free throws to get there. Longy now picks up the foul. It'll be number 4 on Semifinal. Longy. Oh no, timeout first. So no foul on Longy. Take that back. Timeout granted to Lehi.
30-second timeout charged to Lehi.
30-second timeout. Remind you again, May 2022, the year of you. Go to WGU.edu and you fill out a chance opportunity to get a $2,500 scholarship to Western Governors University. Get your degree, that elusive degree, on your terms, on your schedule. Again, go to WGU.edu, Western Governors University. Apparently it turned into a full timeout. So, Dane?
Yeah, well, great opportunity. Yeah, I mean, I think this is interesting spot here, right? If I'm Highland, I mean, we've had this conversation. I'm fouling immediately. I got to extend this basketball game. I know Lehi has shot really well from the line today. I just don't feel like you have enough time to come back being down 3 possessions. And I know that there are coaches who agree with me. You play for 5 seconds, 10 seconds. If this goes to the backcourt, you play for 10. But for me, I just feel like you got to foul. I don't have time.
45 seconds left as Tara Smith then fouled by Mata Peua.
You have 9 seconds that goes off. I mean, they do that 3 more times, you're down to 15. It just...
And not including your possession.
And look, it could just be because I grew up in 90s basketball when it was you started fouling with 2 minutes to go. Right? I mean, you started fouling so early, they made rules about when you could foul.
Only because of who it was being fouled.
But it doesn't matter, though, right? It was we would rather send this person line than have to play defense for 24 seconds.
Yeah. The Spurs ruined lots of things about basketball. Lots of them. Entered a really bad era of hoops in the early 2000s. That's the final foul there for Mata Peua. Thought Mata played really well in this tournament. And she's a sophomore. Not a lot of seniors in the black, white, and gold.
Dusty, it's black and gold. Come on, man. You're a carbon guy, and there's a whole Emery thing with you, but just lean into it, man. It feels so good.
If Al Davis had kept it black and gold, I would be there, but he didn't. 9-point lead for the Pioneers. Sophia off on the 3 and a rebound to Macy Wall. And now the foul going to be given to Arizona Peua, I believe. I've been off on a lot of these fouls today. I've been really good this week. And they go to Longy, number 4.
For me, I'm going to say it's because my eyes hurt. My eyes hurt.
What it is, the officials we know watch our streams a lot, and they said he's gotten them way too close.
I'm surprised we weren't kicked to the upper box.
I know. the curtains. Macy Wall. This is the shot, but Macy's impact today is not just on the scoreboard. She's been sure-handed.
Yeah.
Made a lot of big plays. Goes 1 of 2 from the stripe. 10-point deficit for Highland. As Longy too sharp. Rebound to Love. And Lehi, after all the years of the frustrations and heartbreak in the state tournament, the Pioneers are 23 seconds away from punching their ticket into the championship game as Coach Seastrand going to be grabbing the timeout. Final seconds coming up, full timeout. We'll be right back. You're watching the 5A semifinals on KSLSports.com.
College wasn't built for me.
I didn't care if I had to work a double shift.
Or if my kid had a fever.
Deadline's a deadline.
I want to set the deadlines.
I want to take tests when I'm ready.
I want to take courses on my time.
And speed up when I know my stuff.
I want a university that cares about me.
Tests on your time, courses on your time, graduate on your time. WGU, the nonprofit university of you.
The inbound, Lehi just seconds away from reaching a championship game as Tara Smith going to break out, get ahead to Love, and she'll back it out. And now the foul going to be given. And that is on Longy, and that'll be number 5 on Sosafina Longy. She's just a junior and coming back next year as well.
I was going to say, with how young this roster is, look, end of the season, never easy. Group that has opportunities to come back next year. The last couple of years, right? It's been right on the doorstep, They've returned key players, continue to make these pushes. I feel like Longy coming back, and Montepeua, Longy, Olivao. There's the gates coming back. There's a lot of pieces coming back here for Highland, and expect them to be well positioned for another postseason run, as tough as it is that it ended here today.
Yeah, the era is not ending tonight.
No.
As Longy will come off the floor, as she put so much into it. One of the better players in the state. She's being consoled by Maddie Dillon. And the free throw good from Love. Look, 8 off on the 3, and Heaton with the rebound. And it'll be the Lehi Pioneers heading to the 5A state championship. The long-awaited drought of an absolute terrific era of girls basketball. They finally punch through and get to the championship game.
There are a lot of teams that are going to be excited they're playing for a championship. How about that burst from the Lehi bench? These girls have been through it for years, finding it end at this stage. Now look, I hope they enjoy it, because the next matchup coming up might make it really tough. But today, it's about Lehi. Congratulations to the Pioneers.
An absolutely terrific run for the Pioneers, and a great run for Highland as well. As a great year for Coach Asiata and the Rams, and a big hug from Asiata to Coach Seastrand. Dan, your final thoughts on the selection of the Heidemann Associates Player of the Game?
Look, I am really surprised that Lehi was so disruptive for Highland. I thought Highland, when we saw them yesterday, was we're going to be us. We're going to be us. We talked about that in the second half. The perimeter shooting, I thought, created havoc for Highland defensively in the second half especially. And Lehi was able to take advantage. And while great pushes, it was awesome to see that fight back and that resilience from them. Just not enough at the end of the day. Coach Asiata, what a job he did. Region 6 champs. The final. And I expect we'll see them again next year. But congratulations to Highland on a great year. And congratulations to Lehi on advancing to a state championship. Player of the game, I'm going to go with, I'll go Jamison Heaton, 14 and 7, 4 assists. I thought the timeliness of the three-point shooting in that third quarter, it's kind of like bang, bang, and boom, it's Lehi, right? And so I'll go with Jamison making big plays in the second half.
Well, a great year for Longy and the Rams, but it comes to an end against the Lehi Pioneers as they go to the 5A state championship game. Congratulations to Highland on a great year, but a big congratulations to Coach Seastrand and crew again to the title game. Our Highland Associates player of the game, Jameson Heaton. For Vince Francis, Dane Stewart, I'm Dusty Lister. Thanks for joining us and for watching Game Night Live Rewind's coverage of the 2022 5A State Championship Tournament on KSLSports.com.